In today's Parents in Action, sleep is important for kids of any age. And when you have babies or small kids, it's especially important. A study published by the Archives of Pediatrics and Adolescent Medicine found babies and children under the age of 5 who don't get enough sleep are more likely to be overweight or obese later in life. But naps are an important way to make sure that your kids are getting enough sleep. So how do you make sure that your child is getting the right amount of nap time? Angela Ardolino, the editor of Tampa Bay Parenting Magazine, is here now with some advice. Always good to see you.
You too.
You know, nap time is really tricky because if your kids get too long of a nap, they're not going to go to bed at night. But then if they get too short a nap, then they're going to be cranky. So what is the right amount of time for nap time?
Well, you know, when they're babies, they need a lot of time to sleep. And when they're sleeping, their brain is developing and they're growing. So that's why it's so important that they get enough sleep and that they get quality sleep. Baycare says that they need at least 16 to 20 hours a day sleeping, naps. So we need to make sure that they're getting that time. It's really important. Babies to 6 to 12 months old will sleep around 11 hours at night with 2 naps totaling 3 or 4 hours. So it's really important that you get that sleep time. Best thing I can say is to make sure you have a routine. And when you stay in that routine and you go, okay, at this time, this is when the naps are going to happen, and you stay in that, the baby is going to get used to that routine and go to sleep. You have some quiet time, maybe after you feed them, put them down, and you want to make sure that they get that good quality sleep. And the difference between quantity and quality is really important.
Yeah.
Because we think, okay, we drove in the car and they slept the entire time in the car seat. Cheat naps. And there's nothing wrong with those, but those cannot take the place of a real nap because kids, they need an hour of good sleep without movement. So if they're sitting in their little swing or in the car, it's okay that they take the nap, but that can't replace a true nap because they can't move. They shouldn't be moving, and they should get an hour of full quality sleep. So it's really important. Stay on that routine, get them enough, and it'll help them later in life.
And again, we're talking about kids younger than 5 because by the time they get kindergarten, nap time's over.
That's right. As they turn 3 or 4 years old, the nap times become shorter. They don't have to happen as often, but we're talking about when they're babies, how important it is that they get that 16 to 20 hours every day.
And again, you hit it right on the head. Quality over quantity.
Exactly.
All
exactly.
Right. Always good advice, Angela.
Thanks.
And Angela is going to be back with us next week, and we'll talk about the issue that a lot of parents are going to dread here, teens and dating. If you missed any of her points or you want to share the information with another parent, just go to abcactionnews.com. You'll also find help with a variety of parenting issues at tampabayparenting.com. And while you're there, you can sign up for a free subscription to Tampa Bay Parenting Magazine.